Hey everyone, so it's Tuesday night, so time for another Choose Your Own Adventure. Tonight we're going to be reading Cyberspace Warrior. It's by Edward Packard. And this is Choose Your Own Adventure number 154. So a closer look at the front cover. Looks like we're playing some kind of video game, and then the robot inside the screen is coming out and shooting us. Oh wow. That's amazing. Okay. All right, let's read the back cover. You're the star in 19 exciting endings. Will you blast your way through an awesome electronic universe, or be blown to bits? Universe. I guess I have. Yeah. There's some stuff going on with a friend of ours, so it came out wrong. You switch on the futuristic computer video game Cyberspace Warrior and find it is a game unlike any other. Your mission: guide your Starfire spacecraft through an electronic universe and destroy the deadly Doomsday launcher. But the danger is intense. The action in the game seems to affect you in real life. So when an army of slimy snail people suddenly attack, your very survival is at stake. What will you do? If you reach out to shut the machine off, turn to page 11. If you try to escape the Zorgians, turn to page 57. Be careful. Anything can happen in cyberspace, and it usually does. You may beat the game to become a true cyberspace warrior, or the game may outsmart you and keep you locked in its control. What happens next in the story? It all depends on the choices you make. How does the story end? Only you can find out. And the best part is you can keep reading and rereading until you've had not one but many incredibly daring experiences. I don't even have to look at the book to read that last paragraph. It's like always the same thing. All right. Hi, Rob. You're a cyberspace warrior. I'm sorry. Yeah, Zorians are probably really cool. We'll be blown to bits in the next 12 pages. For sure. And kids can't stop reading the Choose Your Own Adventures, and teachers love them too. Oh, illustrated by June Brigman. June Brigman was she was the first person to draw the Power Pack comic, I believe. June Brigman, I know that. Wow, this is like the first time I've seen like an illustrator's name and like known exactly who it is. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, oh man, June Brigman. That's like actually giving me chills. It's so exciting. All right, your special lady, June. I hope that's right. I think it is. But what if we don't know how this works yet, Jonah? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, and the cover art is by Romas Kukulis. The interior illustrations are by June Brigman. What is cyberspace? Imagine zooming into your fantasies and actually taking part in those adventures simply by turning on your television set or computer. Imagine linking your thoughts, senses, and knowledge with millions of others through awesome electronic spiderwebs. It's all part of a fascinating world known as cyberspace. Cyberspace is life inside the electronic world, a life that can't be easily described, a life that must be experienced. Cyberspace is a life that holds many surprises. Once you're there, you may have to rethink what you think and how you think. Of course, that's the fun of it. Frank Boll did a lot of art for these. Oh yeah, he drew Mad comics, like Mad Magazine? Well, I didn't know that. What is this internet? What is this series of tubes that the children speak of? Yeah, it's like The Matrix. This was published in 1994. June Brigman. Warning! Do not read this book straight through from beginning to end. These pages contain many different adventures you may have while playing the fantastic new video game Cyberspace Warrior. From time to time as you read along, you'll have a chance to make a choice. Think carefully. What happens will be determined by your choices. After making your decision, follow the instructions to find out what happens next. You'll be playing on an incredibly advanced machine. you may find you can't stop playing even if you want to. And instead of just playing the game, you may end up inside the game. It will be dangerous. Very dangerous. But if you think fast and straight, you may just have the time of your life. Good luck. It's Morbin time. Yes. What is cyberspace? It's a place we don't know. Honestly, we have no idea, but we wrote this book anyways. And couldn't we just cut out the middle? That's like basically when like video games started to become more popular, and they were just like, well, I guess if you can't beat him, just join him. Your great uncle Horatio died a few months ago. He lived on the other side of the world, in Singapore. You only met him once, years ago, when you were just a little kid. You remember he had a big chest and an even bigger stomach.
What?
You showed him your new Lego set. He got right down on the floor and started to play with it. Even though you hardly knew Uncle Horatio, you heard a good deal about him. He was a mathematics professor, he grew orchids, and he liked to play practical jokes. Besides that, he was a brilliant inventor of video games. You also heard that Uncle Horatio had become very, very rich. Still, you didn't expect him to leave you $1 million or anything like that, and he didn't. But to your surprise, he did leave you something. A big package that's just arrived at your house, and just when you need some fun, in the middle of a rainy Saturday afternoon. You bring the carton to your bedroom, cut the tape, and open it. Then you pull out the styrofoam packing material. There's a lot of it. Beneath it is a black metal box marked Game Control. A miniature video camera is mounted on top. Oddly, it's fixed so it points at the person operating the controls. You wonder if you'll be captured on digital tape. Also mounted in the box are a joystick and 2 large buttons. A green one marked Continue and an orange one marked Override. There are also built-in speakers and a microphone. Very rich and very fat. He liked to waddle a lot. He was very obese. He has a big chest and a big package, yes. Well, you know what they say, the bigger the chest. Here we are, Game Control. Look how psyched we are. Oh, that looks like Alex Power. That's obviously not Alex Power. Black metal. Hi, Sean. Also a rotund, yes. That's another one. Here's a closer look of us opening the package. Sifting further through the packing material, you find an electric cable and an instruction card. The instruction card reads, Advanced Cyberspace Game Control. Before you was a prototype of the next generation of video games. With this equipment, you can have experiences you never dreamed could come out of a little black box and a television set. Warning. This advanced device is not approved for general use. Do not play if you are nervous or jumpy, or if you have a weak heart, or if you are subject to fainting spells. Directions. Connect one end of the cable to the game control and the other to your TV set. 2. Turn on the game control. 3. Turn on TV. In parentheses, channel 3. 4. Follow the directions that appear on the TV screen. Note, your character will not show up on the screen. Everything you see will be from your point of view. So this is a first-person game. Okay, I get it. It's an FPS. Go on to the next page. While playing, you can move your hands by moving the joystick. 2. You can move your whole body by pressing down on the end of the joystick before moving it. 3. You can also push the buttons appearing on the instrument panel on your spacecraft. Use the joystick to point at the button you want to push. What you see on the screen will change as you move. 4. Push the Continue button to follow your spacecraft's computer program. 5. Or if you are milquetoast, a dandy. Here's the PlayStation 6. It'll make sense in 20 years. This is like, there was the Onion had an article where the Ghost of Christmas Future showed them a PlayStation 7 or something like that. It said this is the game that your kids are going to be playing because you'll be too busy with a job and everything to actually play it yourself. But yes, push the override button to depart from the computer program and take manual control. Turn to page 4. The directions seem simple enough, but the warning might worry your mom, so you tuck the instruction card into a corner of your desk drawer. Then you hook up the cable, switch on the game control, switch on the TV set, and wait for the screen to light up. After a few seconds, a sign comes on. Metagame Industries Ltd. Limited presents Cyber Warrior. The screen goes blank. Then the following appears. Special warning. When you play Cyberspace Warrior, you will be pitted against hostile aliens. You will learn and become more skilled as you go along. Therefore, you might think that you'll do better the more you play. That's the way it is in most games. But this game is more like real life in cyberspace. You'll be learning, but the aliens will be learning too, and they just might be smarter and learn faster. If you quit the game, they will keep learning while you're away. So when you're playing Cyberspace Warrior, think twice before you quit. The screen repeats the warning you already read on the instruction card. Then it goes blank. Turn to page 33. Hiding computer directions instead of porn. So even if we turn the computer off, the aliens continue to get smarter, just like cyberspace. That's how cyberspace works. Even when you disconnect from the internet's still getting smarter. Brilliant marketing ploy. Yeah, it forces kids to just like keep playing. I gotta keep playing it, Mom, because the aliens are getting smarter. Great, the aliens are 12-year-olds. After a moment, the screen lights up again. You read, "Take these warnings seriously. If you have any doubt about your ability to heed them, turn your game control off now." A few moments go by before a new message comes on. Cyberspace Warrior. Mission. You are a Starfire spacecraft pilot for the Earth Federation. Your mission is to protect our planet from alien attack. Problem. For a long time, alien life forms pose no danger to Earth. Your duties as a Starfire pilot involve no more than training and patrol. Now, all that is changed. Scientists have determined that the snail people of the planet Zorgia are preparing their interstellar laser launcher for a doomsday strike against Earth. The launcher is powered by an exotic alloy called beryllium, which is far beyond our technology. If the doomsday laser is launched, Earth defenses will not be able to stop it. It must be destroyed on the ground. You are piloting the only spacecraft in the Zorgian sector. The burden of saving Earth rests on you alone. Delicious snail people. It's like Futurama with the poplars. Just start eating them. Is our uncle in the game? Maybe. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe. Oh, I have no idea. I did not read any of this in advance. So, but if he was in the game, that would be pretty funny. It's like Tron Legacy. Snail people, they talk like this. So slow and trusting of butter. Just bring a stick of butter with us. Or find a stick of butter in cyberspace. Wait, is that the right page? Yeah. Orders have just reached you from Federation Command. Proceed to Zorgia, find the Doomsday laser launcher, and destroy it. If you land on Zorgia and are able to make contact with the oppressed creatures known as ghouls, they will be eager to help you, but only if they trust you. Fortunately, we know the ghoul's code word. If you say Quark to a ghoul, and he replies Quasar, then you will know you can trust him. Some ghouls are slightly crazy, however. They mean well, but they may still give you bad advice. You must judge for yourself whether a ghoul's advice makes sense. Press the continue button to start the flight plan computer program. You press the continue button. The text disappears from the screen. Your point of view is from the cockpit of your Starfire spacecraft. The instrument panel is spread out before you. Beyond it, through the windows, is black space, sprinkled with galaxies and stars. The snail leader is named Sheldon. Like Shatner. They talk like this. Spock, are you out of your Vulcan mind? Oh yeah, so here's blast shields, stealth shields, and laser cannon. No, I don't know what the difference is between blast shields and stealth shields, but one's for stealth and one's for blasting. H4 Starfire, the brand of the future. It's the way of the future. Way of the future. Oh. Page 46. At that moment, your mom comes into the room. She's as amazed as you were to see what you've inherited from Uncle Horatio. This game is called Cyberspace Warrior, you say, and you explain how the game control is hooked into the TV set. That was very nice of Uncle Horatio, your mom says. He must have remembered you from when he visited here years ago. It looks like fun, you say. Here is the game control. It's like a portable recording unit. Turn to page 98. Your mom smiles. I'm sure it will be, she says. I just hope it won't be so much fun you'll neglect your homework. Anyway, you can play it now, but remember, I'm going to the mall to pick out new tiles for your bathroom in half an hour. You said you wanted to meet some friends at the video arcade to see the virtual reality machine they were getting in today. I'll drive you. Okay, fine. You wave at her as she leaves. You press the green button again. The stars start moving past you, as if you're traveling through space at tremendous speed. You move the joystick. The spacecraft responds. When you push down, it dives. When you push up, it climbs. You practice maneuvering your craft, then settle down on an even flight. A sign comes on the computer screen. Approaching Zorgian sector, the navigational computer has directed your Starfire to course 010 degrees lateral, 18 plus degrees vertical, direct route to planet Zorgia. Do you want to override your computer program? Go on to the next page. You're thinking about why you might want to override and take manual control when a red flashing sign comes on. Missile attack, missile attack. You tense, ready for action. You see a missile, and then another, coming from angles off your starboard side. The screen shudders. These words appear. Ion guns have destroyed your computer guidance system. Controls must be handled manually. Oh no. Ion guns destroyed our computer guidance system. Turn to page 71. Are we sure this ain't porn? It might be. There's a lot of talk about using our joystick. Wow. We're definitely going to neglect our homework, yeah. Sure, Mom, we'll do our homework. Why am I going? Okay. The screen blinks again with a new message. Vector analysis. Missile 1, bearing 085, distance 8,000 miles. Level flight at your elevation. Course 265 degrees lateral. 000 degrees vertical. Missile 2, bearing 097, distance 9,500 miles. Level flight at 18 plus vertical. Course 253 degrees lateral. Closing speed of each 40 miles per second. Then, priority 2 cloaked missiles. 010 lateral. Elevation 000. Distance 900 miles and 1,100 miles. Course 190. Remember when video games were just math problems? Yeah. I think Atari 2600 had a math video game. Never had it or played it, but they tried. The cloaked missiles are barely visible on the screen. They are approaching from just off your starboard bow. Since your computer guidance system is out, you'll have to take manual control. You press the override button. A message lights up. Warning, changing course will slow your craft and render it more vulnerable to attack. This game is hard. If you hold course, turn to page 12. If you alter course, turn to page 48. Lemonade stand? Might be. I don't know. It was like literally just like math problems. Now I want to look that up. Atari 2600 game that had math problems on it. I don't think it was a lemonade stand. Probably wasn't anything. That actually sounds like a fun game. No, it seems. I remember it being like looking very boring. We don't need all these messages. Yeah, we might get killed in real life. So should we hold course or alter course? The computer is suggesting that we not alter course because then we'll be more vulnerable to attack, and we have several missiles coming towards us. Alter course? Okay. Anyone else? Sean also suggests we alter course. Okay, let's do it. We'll alter course. You throw the stick hard right. By the changing background of stars, you can tell your spacecraft is altering course. The gyro compass confirms your new heading. 2 gray streaks flash by, the cloaked missiles. Your quick thinking saved you from them. But more are coming. 6 of them, and from all directions. Lights are flashing, alarms are going off, and you have no idea what to do. Your eyes fix on the laser cannon, then at the missile tracks showing up on the screen. Their changing bearings tell you that all but one of them will miss you, and that one you can avoid by diving. You push the stick forward. Nothing happens. Steering system error. Computer is repairing it automatically. Time to repair, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 2.5 minutes? That will be too late. The radar readout shows 1 minute and 12 seconds until impact. You try to lock on the target. Firing system malfunction. Only manual operation possible. Computer is repairing. Go on to the next page. Oh, and Rob's like, or we can alter course. Oh, hold course. Sorry, Rob. Sorry I didn't wait for you. Go on to the next page. You don't bother reading the rest. You note the speed and location of the missile. 800 miles away, in the same plane as yours, bearing 045. It's traveling 25 miles per second, 72,000 miles an hour. Your instruments tell you you're moving at almost the same speed. This game's like, I don't know if this would be a game that kids would want to play. There's like way too much like mathematics and like physics to figure out. Turn to page 97. Mom, I got this awesome game. It's more like a flight simulator, really. Like a real space flight simulator. That was like a game that more like adults liked playing. I'm never playing Pac-Man with y'all, runs off crying. Worst round of Grand Theft Auto I have ever played. Yeah, we're not very good at this game. The computer calculates time to collision. Only 24 seconds. You lock on, your fingers resting on the firing pin. For a maximum strike probability and safety, fire when the target will be between 99.5 and 100.5 miles away when your laser blast strikes it. You watch the reading on your radar, ready to fire when the missile is 100 miles away. A thought occurs to you. If you fire when the target is 100 miles away, it will be even closer when your laser blast reaches it. But how much closer? You don't have time to figure it out, but you have to make a decision. Maybe you should fire a second early, so that the laser blast will reach the missile before it gets too close. If you fire a second early, turn to page 30. If you fire when the missile is precisely 100 miles away, turn to page 16. This kid has terrible posture. Yeah. He's gonna have some back problems when he becomes an adult. Eats his feelings. Early. So Valerie says early. That missile's coming right for us. Rob says fire. Early and often. Okay. Okay. And I would also maybe not fire early if it was me, but and anyone else for firing early? Sean? Think we should fire early? No pressure. If you don't have any opinion on it one way or another, I understand. All right, I guess we will fire early. What does the computer know? Can't tell us what to do. We used our brain smarts and we figured it out. Just fire early. Page 30. Page 30. You fire a second early. The computer corrects your aim, but your laser blast flashes past the missile too soon, while it's still beyond the most efficient range. Your blast was not quite strong enough to penetrate the missile shields. It's still coming at you. You press the button marked Laser Cannon Recharge. A message comes on. Laser cannon recharging. Time to recharge. 23 seconds. That will be too late. You can't fire, so you try to evade the missile. But you can't do that either. The controls are jammed. 2 seconds from collision. You try the laser cannon even though it's only partially recharged. It sends out a brilliant flash, but not as brilliant as the explosion when the missile hits you. Game over. You try again, starting from the beginning, but get zapped even sooner. Go on to the next page. A message comes on. The aliens are learning, too. Hey, it's time for us to go, your mom calls. You switch off the game control. Someday I'll carry out my mission, you say to yourself. You only hope you're right. You have a feeling you're never going to beat this game. The end. Lame Grover. Lame Grover. Alright. Well, I guess we will not fire early then. Just fire when the missile is precisely 100 miles away. Page 16. This is like that movie, The Last Starfighter. Maybe we're actually going to be invited to go into space and fight in an actual real alien war. Page 16. Oh wait, that was what we just did. Fire when exactly 100 miles away. Yeah, right. There we go. You fire when the missile is precisely 100 miles away, remembering that your laser is a light beam, and that as fast as the missile is traveling, light travels much faster. So fast that it covers 100 miles in less than 1,000th of a second. Score! The missile is destroyed. Another one is coming. You do a quick calculation and dodge it successfully. You avoid the next one too, and the next, and the next. It takes all your concentration to zig and zag your way through the barrage, but you're good at this. You can do it. In a few minutes, you're safely through. You feel you've reached the next level of the game. A message appears. All systems repaired. Laser cannon will be recharged in 16 seconds. Great, you say to yourself. On to Zorgia. Oh, get a drink of water. Yeah, more video game math. Like, I mean... I haven't played a lot of games where you have to do a bunch of calculations. Yeah, I played a Star Wars Flight Simulator not too long ago, and there was like no... Like you had to think like, oh, I don't want to like smash into that spaceship, or, you know, I need to like turn now, or stuff like that, but I didn't have to like do math in my head. You should have known better. An alarm sounds. Your craft is caught in a force field, estimated to be 1,200 miles wide and moving through space at right angles to your course. It's carrying you sideways at 40 miles per second. 40 miles per second? That's the top speed your starfighter can attain. If you try to travel through a force field this strong, you'll burn out your engines and get nowhere. You'll look at the vector diagrams on the monitor, realizing you'll have to come up with a plan. Turn to page 100. 40 miles a second? That's as fast as it can go? I mean, the Voyager spacecrafts, they go like, I forget, pretty fast. Like, I wish I could remember. It's not 40 miles a second, but it's like miles and miles and miles a second. And it's not even like using, because like there's no friction in space, so there's like nothing to stop you. There's nothing to slow you down, really. So 40 miles a second doesn't seem that fast. Sorry, I don't remember. Speed of I wish I could remember the Voyager spacecraft, like what speed. Oh, jokes. On to Zorgia, the Lost Wizard of Oz book. The Voyager is fast because it's got a Hemi. Yep. Page 100. Oh. Your first thought is to follow the shortest route directly across the force field. But since the field will be sweeping you to one side while you're in it, maybe you should set a course to counteract the current. If you hold course directly across the force field, vector A, turn to page 9. If you alter course to counteract the movement of the force field, vector B, turn to page 36. I bet they try to colonize Zorgia. Yep. Oh, this planet's great. Yeah, so we can either go straight ahead, go directly across the force field, or we can alter course and try to counteract the movement of the force field. So either A, go right across the force field, or B, alter course. Valerie thinks we should alter course. Does anyone else think we should alter course? Anyone? Anyone? Alter? Anyone for altering course or going directly across the force field? Alter course. Page 36, alter course. 36. Page 36. All right. I guess. All right. I guess then we will alter course. Page 36. You bring your course left 45 degrees, hoping this will keep you from being diverted by the force field. It will take a while before you know whether you'll succeed. Almost an hour has gone by. Your instruments show that you kept from being pulled off course more than a few thousand miles, but you're only halfway across the field. A few moments later, a message comes on. Space drive exhausted at maximum power levels. Power must be cut back to standard cruising level. Maximum drive requires 24-hour recharge. You consult the instruments. Standard cruising power yields only 25 miles per second. Now, no matter what you do, the force field will carry you far off course. Should you keep trying to cross it, or return and try to find another route to Zorgia? While you're pondering this question, another message comes on. You have reached the point of no return. Go on to the next page. What does that mean? As if reading your mind, the computer replies, it will take you longer to get out of the force field going back than it will going forward. There is nothing you can do now but hold course and be swept further and further downstream in the force field. You keep working the controls, adjusting course, desperate to escape. Turn to page 22. Thanks for the tip, computer. Yeah, this computer gives us a lot to figure out. You're so absorbed in what you're doing that you barely hear a voice repeating your name. You pay no attention. Your mission, your very survival is at stake. The voice was your mom's, calling you to come with her to the car. After a while, she gave up waiting and drove off to the mall without you. She returned an hour later and found you hunched over the game control, still trying to get out of the force field, still unable to hear her. She shouted your name. She shook your shoulder. She patted your face with a wet cloth. Finally, she unplugged the game control. Only then did you whip around in your chair, startled to see her. "Mom, I was trapped in a force field." "Well, you won't be trapped in it again," she says. "If this thing is going to turn you into a zombie, we're getting rid of it." The end. Oh, bummer. Way to harsh my buzz, Mom. I was just getting into the force field. That's why she shook our shoulder, patted our face with a wet cloth. Who would do that? You'd think it would unplug the thing and turn it off before patting someone's face with a wet cloth. That just sounds really weird. Yeah, she tried all that before she unplugged it. But Mom, but brains! I'm hungry for brains. I just want to eat your brains. Alright. So maybe we do the other thing with the force field. Where is that? There we go. Hold course directly across the force field. That's what we meant to do. Did she have just one? Did she have just one what? Brain? Oh, just one wet cloth? Should have patted us with all the wet cloths. Should have just taken a bucket of water and just like poured water over our heads. Wow, over our head. Page 36. Hold course directly across the force field. You hold course. Although the force field carries you downstream, 1,800,000 miles to be exact, you're able to cross it and come out on the other side just 12.5 minutes later. You adjust course to compensate for the lateral drift and head straight for Zorgia. A message flashes. Entering cyberspace. The computer makes a series of clicking sounds. Finally, it announces, "In cyberspace, the rules of physics may not apply." This is the weirdest thing yet. It means anything can happen. Wow, anything can happen in cyberspace. For the moment, nothing does happen, and in a few minutes, your radar picks up the planet Zorgia on the screen. At your present course and speed, you should reach it in about 9.5 minutes. A radio transmission, in your own language. "Approaching spacecraft. We are aware of your position and speed. Turn back within 30 seconds, or you will be destroyed." A shudder goes through you. If the rulers of Zorgia have the technology to learn the language of a planet light years away, then destroy it, they should have no problem knocking out a puny spacecraft. That's true. Anything? Yeah, in cyberspace, anything can happen. Anything. Page 62. You glance at the instrument panel, wondering if you have anything on board that can save you. One button is labeled Blast Shields. The one next to it is labeled Stealth Shields. A warning on the screen says, "Do not attempt to use the blast shields and the stealth shields simultaneously." That means you'll have to decide between using blast shields to protect your spacecraft against a hit, or stealth shields to keep it from being detected. You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, approaching spacecraft. Turn back within 5 seconds, or you will be destroyed. The aliens are warning you again. Time is running out. Oh, that sounds like an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine that we watched last night. If you activate the stealth shields, turn to page 14. If you activate the blast shields, turn to page 35. If you reverse course to give yourself more time to think, turn to page 5. So Valerie says we should use our stealth shields. Anyone else for using the stealth shields, or does anyone think we should use the blast shields? Or just reverse course? Reverse course. stealth. Sean says reverse course. Valerie says stealth. Rob also says stealth. I guess we're going to go with the stealth shields. If that doesn't work out, then we'll reverse course to give ourselves more time to think. Page 14, stealth shields, 14. You raise the stealth shields. The instruments show that they are deployed in only 2.9 seconds. That's a break. There are only a few seconds left until the deadline for you to turn back. Can the aliens still detect you? Even if they can't, they might calculate your position from your known course and speed. You jam the stick hard left and dive, determined not to be where they think you'll be. A radio message comes through. Congratulations, Earthcraft. Your stealth shields work perfectly. Your technology is only a half-century behind our own. Unfortunately for you, however, we spotted your afterburner flare when you turned. Its direction told us your new course. We know exactly where to fire. You don't wait to hear more. You dive again. Seconds later, a searing light flashes past your tail. Your instant response saved your life. But this is no time to relax. You climb sharply, then veer left. Laser beams flash by your spacecraft. The Zargians can't see you, but they calculate every course you take. You feel the sweat rolling down your back. When will the firing stop? You can't keep dodging forever. Rolling down your back, that sounds weird. Another laser beam goes by, this one quite wide of you. You're elated. It's clear that they've lost track of all your turns. With your stealth shields up, they can't learn your position, and you won't have to turn again. You're headed right at their planet. Turn to page 32. All right. Come on, we're late. A voice, your mom, calling from the stairs. You'd completely forgotten you were playing a video game. She enters the room. If you want to come to the mall, you'll have to come now. It's the only time I have free. You want to go to the mall and see that new machine, and tell your friends about the one you've got. But you remember the warning you saw on the screen when you first started playing the game. If you leave, the aliens will keep on learning. If you go to the mall, you'll have to start over, and the game will be all the tougher to play. If you decide to go to the mall, turn to page 91. If you decide to stay at home, turn to page 77. Especially like the COVID times, like you just don't go to the mall. Do we want to go to the mall? Valerie wants to go to the mall. Anyone else want to go to the mall? Or stay at home? Your video games are safe. That's what I like about them. All right. Anyone else want to go to the mall? Mall. Oh, hi, Sue. Yeah, we'll go to the mall. You go with your mom to the mall. You're eager to see the virtual reality machine, but when you get there, you find that it won't be installed until the next day. And if your friends did come to see it, they've already left. You end up spending your time with your mom, picking out bathroom tiles. As she says, they'll make your bathroom a lot cheerier. Just the same, you wish you'd stayed home. When you get back, you hurry up to your room and turn on the game control for a little more action with Cyberspace Warrior. In a moment, the TV lights up. An image fills the screen. The Earth in ruins, smoldering, its cloud cover completely blown off, its oceans evaporated, life extinct. Frantically, you work the controls, hoping to reverse the process, to start over, anything. No matter how you move the joystick, no matter what buttons you push, even when you try to turn off the game control, the image on the screen remains the same. Your mom comes in. You look unhappy. What's wrong? She says. The Earth has been destroyed, you answer. What's worse, My game control won't work. What? Not only has the Earth been destroyed, but my game doesn't work. Oh no. What's wrong? My house blew up. And what's worse is my car won't start. Oh no. All right. Well, let's stay home then. Wow, that was the worst mall visit ever. Why would anyone play this game? I don't know. Obviously, the person that wrote this book has never played a single video game in their life. Earth, the only place I know how to get more Nintendo cards. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. All right. You go ahead, Mom, you say. I've got to finish this. All right. You don't hear the rest of what she says. You're concentrating on the game, firing the port burners, turning hard onto a new course. Instantly, you know you did the wrong thing. You'd forgotten that the aliens had lost track of you. Firing a burner gave away your position. A barrage of missiles is coming at you. Your view screen shudders. Hit! You're losing pressure. Oxygen is leaking out. The screen is going gray. Images are getting fuzzy. Your life support is fading. Oh no. Page 19. Oh yeah, this is definitely June Brigman art. I can recognize it. Read a lot of Power Pack comics when I was a kid. That was my favorite comic. This book is a series of wrong. Everything going wrong. Suddenly an alien, obviously a Zorgian, stands before you, slimy and grinning, encased in his shell, except for his slick, shiny head, slick, shiny hands, and slick, shiny feet. The two long, wiry probes coming out of his head give him a look both hideous and amusing. How did you get here? You shout. The alien answers in a deep, calm voice. You are an Earthling. Your technology is primitive. It was simple enough to fly alongside your craft and force open the airlock. His tone sharpens. Now, why are you here? In Zorgian space. I was on a diplomatic mission, you lie. In a craft equipped with the most powerful laser cannon in your federation? You don't know how to answer. You were dealing with an evil species, determined to destroy Earth. They know you were about to attack their planet. You can't expect mercy. Turn to page 45. Slimy hands. Just then a laser beam blasts through the cabin, tearing your instruments apart. You reach for your laser pistol, but a cold hand grips your arm. The joystick freezes. The screen goes blank. You're finished. The screen lights up again. You're not finished. Your image is somehow on the screen, down on the planet and surrounded by snail people. Suddenly, there are other people behind you. Not on the screen, but in your bedroom. Your friends, Sam and Justin. Didn't you hear us knocking? Sam asks. Hey, this must be some machine. Great graphics, Justin says, crowding in next to you. What are you supposed to be doing? Destroying that doomsday launcher, you say. So, you admit you want to destroy a launcher, the Zorgian says. I can't believe this, Justin says. I heard you say that. Turn to page 66. Whoa, that's weird. So here's our friends watching us play. And then there's the snail dude on the screen. That is weird. It's like he heard us. Slow mercy. Why are they evil? I don't know. Because they want to destroy Earth. That's evil. That famous Zorgian mercy. What page do we have to go to? 66. You glance at your friends. Pretty cool, eh? But I didn't know it would pick up everything I said. Sam points to the miniature video camera mounted on the game control. I think it's getting us on tape. Maybe it will put us all on trial, Sam says. You will all be put on trial, the Zorgian says. You look around. This is so cool, Justin says. This is so cool. It's going to kill us all. This is fun. He has a cool shelf. He does. A snail creature, wildly waving his probes, screeches. You'll be found guilty and cast adrift in space. Another Zorgian comes towards you, this one with a net on the end of a pole, as if he were a butterfly. Sam nudges you. Dodge him. You move your joystick to avoid your pursuer, but he quickly nets you and drags you off. Game over, Justin says. Game over, man, game over. We have captured you, a voice says. Your friends are pardoned by the High Priestess of Zorgia. They may go home. You laugh and look over your shoulder. Okay, you two can go home. I want to see what happens next, Sam says. I actually do have to go home, Justin says. I told my dad I'd just stop by, then come right back. Sam glances at his watch. I better go too, he says. I wasn't supposed to go out in the first place. Can I play if I come back tomorrow? Don't see why not, you say, and turn your attention back to the game. You are being dragged down a long stone flight of stairs leading to the dungeon. And that's where you're left, behind bars. You hear a loud clank as the door shuts. After what seems like hours, a snail man enters, stepping right through the bars. Kind of page 13. So cool we are getting frisked by a snail. Yeah. So cool we failed to make bail. And now we're in snail jail. These bars trap you, but not us, the snail man says. You're lucky, you say. Now tell me why you were holding me here. You were trying to bomb our planet. You were going to wipe out my planet, you reply. The snail man steps closer. You've been misinformed. Now you will be punished. How? He sweeps his hand through the bars. They dissolve. There, he says. You are free to leave this cell. All you have to do is find your way back to your own spacecraft, which has been taken to Karamak. Where's Karamak? He grins. That is your punishment, to wander on Zorgia looking for it. He laughs, then turns and slithers away, leaving a trail of slime behind him. Turn to page 27. Oh, snail dungeon. Oh, that's got to be damp. Snails don't need to do it between the bars. They just go right through the bars. Right? I saw them doing it through the bars. What's that? Oh, that's from Twin Peaks, right? Yes. That is from Twin Peaks when they were doing it between the bars. You've lost all hope of taking out the Doomsday Launcher. Your only goal now is to escape from this planet. At least, you're no longer behind bars. You walk out into the corridor, up a long flight of stone steps, and into the open air next to a walkway along a river. Snail people are passing by in both directions. They stop and look at you curiously. You're not surprised. You would look at them curiously if they visited Earth. Some of them are walking. Others are driving electric carts, which must be amazingly efficient. You can't see where the engines are. There's the snail people sliming around. Turn to page 56. It's interesting to see a Zorgian town, but then you remember you're trapped on this planet. How can you get off? Hi, I'm back. Come here if you want to see the new tiles for your bathroom. Your mom has returned. It's a good time to quit. That's one way to escape from Zorgia. Except, for some reason you can't bring yourself to do it. to just turn off the machine. It seems to have a strange power over you. You're afraid to lose everything if you leave. You're not really trapped, of course, but it's as if you're trapped. It's just as bad as being trapped. Good grief, what am I thinking, you wonder? Of course I can quit. But you can't, except maybe through some tremendous act of will. If, in a tremendous act of will, you turn off the machine, turn to page 117. If you can't bring yourself to do so, turn to page 6. Life in a Zorgian Town. I don't know what this book is about, honestly. So so through a tremendous act of will, do we turn off the machine? Or do we just be like, I can't do it. I'm trapped in the machine. I'm trapped now. I guess we can't bring our tremendous act of will to turn off every game. Or Valerie says we should not bring ourselves to do it. Tremendous act of will to turn off every game. I guess we'll use a tremendous act of will to try to turn it off. Because I bet we won't be able to. Let's see if we actually will be able to. Page 1, so where is page 117? Wow, that's all the way over here. You wrench yourself away, then turn back. You didn't turn off the game control, though you meant to. Now I will turn it off, you tell yourself. Music, a haunting melody has begun. You look at the snail people passing on the screen. Something in the back of your mind urges you to stay. No, I decided to quit, and I will. You flick the set off. The screen goes blank. You did it. You escaped from Zorgia your own way. Then you blink and look around, feeling foolish. Why should you feel proud of yourself just for turning off a machine? That night, you can't sleep very well. You keep thinking of the planet Zorgia, and how it seems so real. You begin to feel you made a mistake in turning off the game control. The next day, you turn it on again. The screen lights up, but remains sheer white. Then, words come on. You escaped, just as you wanted to. You are free, back in ordinary space. Coordinates, the planet Earth. From then on, whenever you turn on the game control, that's all you get on the screen. For some reason, Cyberspace Warrior won't come on anymore. It seems completely broken. Or maybe it's not broken. Maybe that's what happens in this game. Like life, you can't play it again. The end. That's the most depressing ending ever. You can't play it again. Alright. Well, let's go back and not turn it off. Can't bring yourself to do so. Page 6. You can't bring yourself to turn off the game control, even though several Zorgians carrying heavy sticks are starting towards you. Are they criminals? Or the police? You don't wait to find out. You start running. They give chase. You're able to outrun them, but then other Zorgians spring from buildings and alleys, all waving sticks. You're outnumbered, but you're faster and more agile than your pursuers, and you're determined not to get caught. Can't you hear me when you're playing that game? It's time for dinner, your mom is calling. But you don't dare answer. You're concentrating on not being caught. You're pretty sure you can outrun all the Zorgians, but then you round a bend and find that the road ahead ends at a dock at the edge of a huge lake. You can barely see the opposite shore. The snail people have you completely hemmed in. Your only chance is to take to the water. Some boats with outboard engines are tied to the dock. Should you try to get away in one of them, or just dive in and swim? We had a snail that had a shell like that. Ate a bunch of our corals, yep. Yeah, leave a slime trail and carry a big stick. It's good advice. Snaily Roosevelt said that, I think. You want to swim? Valerie thinks we should swim. Another option is to untie a boat and try to start the engine. Now there we are running. And there's all the snail people with their whoops. There's all the snail people with their sticks. Our shells are pretty cool. Alright, I guess we'll swim then. Page 18. Unless anyone thinks we should try to start one of the boats. You jump in the lake and swim. That is, you try to swim, but instead you start sinking. You stroke and kick hard, trying not to panic, but you're still sinking. It's not that you don't know how to swim. It's just that the basic liquid on Zorgia, what looks like water, is much less dense than any water on Earth. Trying to swim in it is almost like trying to swim in the air. You kick hard to stay afloat. To no avail. The water is over your head, and within seconds you've sunk to the bottom. At least, you can walk on the sandy bottom until you run out of breath. You try to grope your way to the dock, but it's too murky to see where you're going. Soon, you're running out of oxygen, gasping for air. What's the matter? Can't you breathe? It's your mom shaking your shoulder. I'm underwater, you say. You're not underwater. Look at me. Startled, you look around and realize what's been going on. You're only playing the game. You begin to breathe again, slowly and easily. Looking back at the screen, you see that it's black, but the TV is still making a watery sound, like little waves striking the shore. You place your finger on the button that says continue. If that machine does this to you, you'd better not continue, your mom says firmly. Turn to page 76. You have to admit, your mom has a point. What happened was scary. Yet, already your fear is giving way to curiosity. You want to play more. The fact is that you can't wait to get back into cyberspace. The end. Yeah, so we were drowning. Well, I guess we'll try one of the boats then. Page 112. You hop in one of the boats and throw off the line. The engine starts right up. You pull away from the dock just in time to avoid the snail people coming after you. Looking back, you see a couple of them untying the other boats. In a minute, they have them free. They're coming after you. You gun the engine. You're lucky. Your boat is fast, and you quickly pull away. The snail people are left far behind you as you set out across the lake, aiming for the land faintly visible in the distance. You feel pleased with yourself, but not for long. Lake monsters are rising all around you. Their long, scaly necks rear 8 or 10 feet out of the water. Their heads look like horses' heads, except they're about 3 times as big, and their jaws are lined with sharp, pointed teeth. Some of the monsters are swimming towards you. You weave your way through them, straining your engine to the limit. No problem, except more are coming. You fire a laser pistol and begin knocking them off, but new ones appear for every one that you destroy. What's worse, they're getting bigger, faster, and harder to sink. This is a wild video game. The land ahead is getting closer. If only you can reach it. You set your jaw and thread your way through this sea of monsters, zapping hundreds along the way. Then, your pistol goes dead. Oh no! That's terrible. Page 86. Fortunately, by this time, you've almost reached the shore. You dodge a few dozen more monsters and drive your boat full throttle up onto the beach. Hey, you did great! It's your friends, Sam and Justin. who were watching you play earlier. But now, they're not standing behind you. They're right in the game. The video camera must have scanned in their images, recorded their voices, and then generated a program for using them. I'm glad you made it out of the lake, Justin says. What happens next? Any ideas how we can get off this planet? Sam asks. I've just got to find the spacecraft I came here in, you say. Justin is holding out a map. I got this from a ghoul on the way here, he says. It shows this lake you just came across. This is about where we are, he says, pointing. They said the spacecraft was taken to Karamak, you say. Is that on the map? Justin runs his finger over the map. Yes, there. We could reach it by crossing the horizontal mountains. Go on to the next page. You wouldn't attempt to cross high mountains, but horizontal mountains don't sound very steep. In fact, they don't sound like mountains at all. Checking the map from time to time, you and your friends hike along a ruby-colored road, bordered by towering trees with fan-shaped leaves. Eventually you reach an enormous canyon. It is at the brink of this canyon that you find the horizontal mountains. Turn to page 50. They are not low mountains, as you thought, but flat land projected out over the canyon. To climb them, all you have to do is keep walking, hoping that some horizontal mountain will serve as a bridge to the other side. Like many normal mountains, these ones are somewhat cone-shaped. The one you are climbing gets progressively narrower as you approach the top. It finally comes to a point. Ahead of you is an abyss. The far side of the canyon lies almost 100 feet beyond. You, Sam, and Justin stand at the summit, gazing over the edge. There is about a mile-deep drop to a dry stream below. This is not good, Sam says. You pick up a rock and throw it over the cliff. To your amazement, it doesn't fall. It floats off to your left and drifts away as if downhill were horizontal. The others join you in tossing rocks. Theirs behave the same way yours did. They just float away. As an experiment, you throw one straight down. It goes down a bit, then arcs off to the left till it's no longer falling at all, just going sideways. This is spooky, Justin says. It's as if gravity here goes sideways, you say. I guess this is cyberspace, Sam says. Yeah, that's cyberspace. That's what cyberspace is all about. We could just jump off and see what happens, Justin says. We wouldn't fall any more than the rocks did. Turn to page 70. Here we are on the horizontal mountains. Turn to page 70. You look off to the left. The rocks have drifted so far away, you can't see them anymore. Maybe not, you say, but where would we land? It's only a game, Justin says. I'm going to take a chance. He jumps. Instead of falling, he drifts sideways at increasing speed. I'm going too, Sam says. He stands at the edge, bending over as if he were a swimmer about to start a race. Wait a minute, you yell. Too late. Sam dives and drifts after Justin, who by now is almost out of sight. Soon, he is out of sight, and Sam is only a speck in the distance. If you wait any longer, you'll lose sight of him too. If you dive after your friends, turn to page 59. If you decide against it, turn to page 116. Yeah, they don't know how this game works. Should we dive after our friends? I'd be like, nah, not doing it. I mean, are those really our friends though? Like they're not. Oh, thanks for tonight. Oh, that's okay. It's late. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up pretty soon. But thanks for watching, Sean. I think we'll decide against it. That looks pretty dangerous, and you want to dive? Oh, Alex says dive after our friends. Okay, We'll do it. You make the leap into space. Weightlessness is an amazing feeling. Not falling, just drifting after your friends, looking at the beautiful landscape passing on either side. This must be what it's like to be a bird, you think. On and on you go, accelerating, just as if you were falling. The canyon walls rush by with increasing speed. After a few miles, you must be traveling over 100 miles an hour. At that moment, you think of something that hadn't crossed your mind before. You don't feel any wind against you. That means that the air is falling sideways too. You can't feel the air current any more than you can feel the current in a river you're in, or the current of a river if you're in it. But if that's what's happening, why didn't you feel the wind blowing when you were standing on top of the horizontal mountain? Maybe that's a flaw in the video game. On the other hand, you remember the computer said that the laws of physics are different in cyberspace. That certainly seems to be the case here. The canyon becomes gradually shallower as you speed along. The trickle of a stream that ran through it is joined by other streams, forming a broad river. The force pulling you takes you over the river's mouth, then out over the ocean. To your surprise, the ocean becomes shallower till it's no more than a vast swamp, which itself dries out and is replaced by prairie land and broken rocky hills. That's a cool picture. Flying through space. To page 80. You see animals grazing below, but no sign of civilization. It strikes you as odd that the snail people haven't populated such fertile land. You float on for hours, sometimes sleeping, sometimes watching the land pass below. After one of your naps, you're astonished to wake up to find that you've landed. Sam and Justin are standing next to you. They've been shaking you awake. Then, to get another surprise, your friends are dressed in crude garments made from animal skins. Did the snail people rob them of their clothes? Even more astonishing is that you can see that you're back near the same mountain you jumped off of, except now it's like a normal one, soaring almost straight up above you, just across the canyon, which is now only a few 100 feet deep. That's weird. On page 38. Your friends look as perplexed as you are. I guess we're really in cyberspace now, Sam says. Gotta be, Justin says. But what does it mean? I think I know, you say. We jumped in a place where the planes of time and space intersect. We didn't fall in space because we were falling in time. That's interesting, but we still have a lot of things to figure out, Justin says. I don't think we'll figure out much by staying here, you say. Let's continue on, just as if we'd crossed the canyon in the first place. The others agree, and the three of you resume your trek towards Karamak. Page 102. The terrain ahead is flat, with broad expanses of plains dotted with groves of trees. Occasionally, you see a group of animals in the distance, but no sign of the snail people. And when you finally reach Karamak, you find only a small settlement, packed with tiny houses made of rudely cut stones. Some snail people come out of their houses to meet you. They are smaller than the ones you've seen before, and wearing plain, unadorned shells. They look at you curiously, seeming to know at once that you mean them no harm. Unlike the other snail people you've met, they know nothing of Earth's languages, and after learning a little of their sign language, you're able to tell that they are also ignorant of advanced technology. This fact confirms what you had thought, that somehow you're gone back in time, that you're on the planet Zorgia as it was thousands, maybe millions of years ago. What do we do next? Justin says. There's nothing we can do, you say. There's no way we can find the Doomsday launcher because it hasn't been built yet. The same thing holds for my spacecraft. They sent us back in time. That was a revenge on us, Sam says. Justin looks downcast. We're really trapped. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, We'll still be stuck in this time. Maybe not, you say. Remember, we're in cyberspace. That's true. We are in cyberspace. Turn to page 84. Yeah, right, Justin says. We'll get out of here. He doesn't sound as if he means it. You three, I told you to fetch firewood. Huh? That's your mom's voice. Why is she talking about firewood? You turn around. It is your mom. She's dressed in animal skins too. And where there were walls and doors and a ceiling and lamps and rugs in your room, now there is only entrance to a cave. Where is the TV screen? Where is the cyberspace game control? You whip your head around. Sam and Justin are still there. Not their video images, but their real selves. They look the way you feel, completely bewildered. Somehow, you're no longer someone playing a video game, you're in it. Worse than that, you're beginning to think that you never were a live human, that all your life you've only been a character in a video game. But if this is so, how is it that you're conscious and that you can think and feel? Perhaps it's because you're in cyberspace, and that's just what cyberspace is. A place where what seems imagined is real, and what seems real is only imagined. You're jolted out of these thoughts by your mother calling. I mean it! You kids fetch the firewood now. There will be no mammoth meat for you for dinner. Oh man. Well, that sucks. So you try to go into cyberspace and then you instead just go back in time. And cyberspace is pretty much just like growing up in the real world, except now you're living in a cave. That's, yeah, okay. That's pretty bad. All right, well, I guess I'll stop here. This is a fun, interesting read. Hope you all enjoyed it. Oh, and I just want to, is the back of the book say anything about June Brigman? Yes. I have to read about June Brigman before I go. To anyone that's still watching, or anyone who watches later. Yes. About the illustrator. June Brigman has been drawing since she was old enough to hold a pencil. She studied art at the University of Georgia and Georgia State University, but her illustrations are based on real-life observation and skills she developed over a summer as a pastel portrait artist at Six Flags Over Georgia amusement park when she was only 16. Shortly thereafter, she discovered an interest in comic books, and by the time she was 22, she got her first job working for Marvel Comics, where she created the Power Pack series. Miss Brigman currently lives and works in White Plains, New York. Wow. That's so cool. Alright, well, yeah, so I'm going to stop here, and thank you all for watching, and see you in a week. Take care. Have a good week.